we watched one of my favorite movies of all time. And I've
Yeah.
been trying to get you to watch this for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if you were going to like it or not, you know? I think it's like definitely up my alley. I wasn't sure if it was up your alley, but I'm glad that you watched it. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a long time coming. You've been talking about it, I feel like, for years, and we just never had a chance to watch it. And it's like different reasons because it was either like not streaming or it was on Tubi, but it's like 2.5 hour long movie.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
not
didn't want to
that.
see
Yeah.
I didn't want to see that movie on Tubi because I felt like it was gonna be really long and shit. But
Yeah.
it was different reasons. We just never our schedules never aligned to see it. And I feel like it's a movie you like have to really sit down, coffee in the afternoon on a rainy day.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah.
That's the type of movie I would describe this as. And that's
And that movie is Burning 2018 by Lee Chang-dong.
Mm-hmm.
And
really renowned director in Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very renowned director. And it's based on a book called Burning by a Japanese author, I believe. And
Haruki Murakami.
Yeah, I fucking love this movie, dude.
Yeah.
There's something about the pacing of this movie. It's definitely a slow burn.
Yeah.
But I love that. I get why that's not for everyone. But the questions it poses and like the moral dilemmas that you deal with as an audience just watching it, I find like very, very fascinating, very captivating. Basically, you follow this kid who's like kind of, when I first watched this, I had just gotten out of college, and this kid's like fresh out of college, fresh out of military service, He wants to be an author, but he doesn't really have any like direction in life. And there are things that are happening around him that are pulling his attention away from like doing what he wants, and that's like he has to help his dad who's going to prison. He meets this girl and whatnot, and like he kind of really doesn't have any purpose in life. And he meets this girl from his childhood, and they form like a very like nice relationship. He's very into her. They sleep together and stuff, and it seems very sweet. I like the build up for that, and I like the way like the camera like kind of lingers when they're like having sex, and then it like pans to like outside, and you're like, what the fuck is he thinking about, But basically, then she like goes away on a trip. She's like already gonna go to Africa, and she's like a very like out there girl. She like wants to like experience life. She doesn't want to be like limited to like just Korea, She wants to like take in all that life has to offer. And she comes back with a friend that she met on the trip, who is played by what's his name?
Steven Yeun.
Steven Yeun. Yeah. Steven Yeun is a very interesting character, to say the least. And then it kind of turns
Why is he interesting?
Well, he's definitely a lot more wealthy than they are, and he's a lot more just on the surface level, like happier, it seems like. It seems like he never has any worry throughout the entire movie of anything,
Yeah.
He's also like, seems like the type of person that wants to take in life, but does he want to take in life for like a curious reason, or does he want to take in life for like a very selfish reason, And I find that like very fascinating. Halfway through the movie, like something happens, and then it turns into like, I don't want to spoil it because I think that's like definitely the whole payoff of the movie, but like it kind of turns into like a almost like crime drama kind of thing in a way, like almost like he's like trying to solve this mystery of what happened. And I really, really like the philosophy in it, and I really like some of the lines, like where Steven Yeun's like, the reason it's called Burning is because he's like, yeah, sometimes I like to just go find a barn out in the field, and I just want to burn it down. I just burn it down.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept. But I get what he's saying with that, because I feel like to take like the weight off. I feel like it'd be like really, really therapeutic to like go and burn something down that like it does have no effect on anyone. Like no one's gonna like die. It's not anyone. It's like an abandoned, like he just finds abandoned warehouses and burns them down. I feel like that'd be like a very satisfying thing, because when I was watching the movie and then there's a part where there is a one of them like a
barn, like a little greenhouse.
A greenhouse that's burning down. I was like, dude, this looks sick. Like that would be like fun to go and burn down and thing. So I kind of like, I was very satisfying watching the greenhouse burning and shit.
Yeah.
But then you're kind of questioning like, wait, is that actually like happening, or is that just like imagination? But when you get to like the end, you're kind of like, oh wait, that's not. We don't know if that's real or not. Like the burning of the greenhouses, and also like Steven Yeun's character, he's like a rich young guy you don't know what he does for a living. Like we don't. They're just like, oh, like what do you do? And he's like, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You know, and like sometimes you do meet people, and you're kind of like, what do you do? Like I don't know what this person does. You can't
Yeah.
explain what they do, but they like have a lot of money and shit. And then you have the two other characters who are lower class, but they grew up in the same town, and they're trying to look for work, and they only can get like really petty work. Or I love the scene where like the my favorite scene is actually when he goes to the factory
Yeah, to get that job.
to get that job, and they're just like, okay, you're 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I know what that feels like when you're just treated like an object or like a machine and not a person, and it's kind of like a commentary, like sort of like this Taylorist commentary, as I would say, some kind of like a modern times commentary, like Charlie Chaplin, where the person is just a replacement for like a fucking cog in a machine, and they're not, and their personality is taken away just to do like this menial task, and they're probably paid like really low. And that was like a really interesting commentary. Kind of has that high and low commentary, kind of what we see.
My! Every Korean movie has some kind of like wealth distribution commentary in it.
Yeah, the high and low.
This definitely has that.
Yeah, definitely has a lot of Parasite vibes. Yeah, for sure.
Like, and it came out a year right before Parasite, and I was like, this movie's so fucking slept on. And then Parasite came out, and everyone's like, dude, Korean movies are so good, you know? And like, fuck, I knew this movie's so good. I love this movie so much. And
it's definitely an interesting movie. I just think that the pacing, I just felt like not a lot happened for like how long it was. Like I definitely felt the time of the movie, and I felt like when I went up, I think I went up to the bathroom, and I think I paused, and I'm like, damn, like I felt like maybe way more time went by, but not a lot did. Like it definitely really, it's a very, very slow burn movie. Like it's not a lot like happening. It's just very much about like this methodical pace. It's very well shot though, I would say.
It is very, very well shot.
Yeah.
I think definitely they could have tightened up the beginning and the last half of it.
Yeah. It's really long.
Yeah. But the middle part of it, where the jazz starts playing after they smoke weed, that scene's so fucking good. They were like planning that for like 2 weeks, just like trying to get it right, because they just had to film that one take at like sunset.
Yeah, that was cool.
And it's so good. Oh my god. And then that's really the shift in the movie, you know? And like when he's talking about burning barns, it's like an allegory, right? Like it's a metaphor.
Yeah, I kind of get that too, but also it's not all super clear though.
Yeah, but like that, at least that's my interpretation of it. And like I think like he's very much like a like American Psycho. He's like the Korean Psycho. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're supposed to get from Steven Yeun, is like he has this like outward persona, this outward face that like never cracks, except when he's like at a party and he's supposed to be having fun with friends and he like yawns. You know, and like there's little moments like that where like I've watched this movie multiple times now, and like I don't know, I always take something new away from it that I really love, and like I just get like a little more, like a couple more answers from it. It just makes like a great movie to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I would watch it again, but that's just my opinion. But I do like the sort of like cat and mouse sort of chase element in like the third act, where he's like trying to follow him and find him, and he's like trying to find the girl and stuff, and he's like, what the fuck happened, like, to this girl and shit. And it's almost like he's trying to find the guy, and he's like, dude, like, where's this girl? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Like, he doesn't find it weird that this girl that he's been seeing like disappeared. He doesn't care, and he's like, why do you even care about it? Like, I'm already seeing this other hot girl.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know why you're worried about this. Like, I just like see girls and they just leave, like, he's like, he doesn't care, and like, it's very interesting to say the least. But yeah, Burning, 2018. Have you seen it? You definitely should.
Yeah, just be prepared. Like I said, coffee in the afternoon, Korean long, Haruki Murakami, Drive My Car, like long type movie. But I like this one more than Drive My Car though.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.